Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
You are tuned in.
Hey, what up? What's happening? What's going on? We're back for another edition of Talk Show Kings. And before we start, we'd like to thank our producer, Mr. Felix Washington, for putting everything together for us. And not to mention, I'd like to thank the people in Douglasville, Georgia, and around the globe for once again inviting us into your homes. You know, we have two serious topics today, which is all our topics are serious, but this one is a little more closer. Even today, driving into the studio, what was on my mind, one of the topic was black on black crimes. And the second one is pretty deep. It's about homelessness. Who's responsible for homelessness? the community, the government. We're going to talk about that. But first, I just like to say, I like to introduce myself. King Ralph is my name. And to my left is,
King Eric, and to my left,
I'm King Darwin.
and together we are
the Talk Show Kings.
Bam! Let's get it going. Today, I'm going to let you know, God knows, right now I'm going to give you my thoughts, how I feel about the first one is black on black crime. And as I said earlier, I was driving here, I was listening to James Brown, the Godfather of Soul. And and it says, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And it's sad to me sometimes. We say we black and we proud. Obviously, we see we black, but are we really proud? Because what's been happening in the community and around the United States, more black on black killings. And what upsets me even more, that you look in the white community, it's not like they're better than us, but they have more crimes, but they never come out and say, hey, white on white crimes. It's always black. We're the topic of everything. I mean, hey, the only time I think we're minorities when this thing go down, but we're like together when they send us to the war, we're like one group of people. We're America. So let's keep it real. You're going to hear some talk about recently about deaths, not only here in Georgia, but I have family members around the United States. In Louisiana, my cousin called me just last week and say it was so sad. It was the guy killed this black teenager only because he disrespected him. But then I go back to say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. What do all those people that went before us, what were they doing? Protesting, singing, non-violence. Harriet Tubman, risked her life, help us to come out of slavery. We're supposed to be family. What's really going on here? We set up here every week talking to the community about coming together. Do anybody know what kings mean? Talk show kings. We are kings. We're supposed to be first in our homes, in our communities, in the church. But we're failing. I don't know about you, but these brothers got a lot to say. And hey, I want to first go to my brother D, because he the one brought that issue up on black crime. What you got to say, King D?
Okay, well, thanks, King Ralph. But yeah, I think black on black crime is something that's really need to be looked at, as far as in our community and amongst our people. It's just sad to see, and hear about something then jumped off, and this brother then killed this brother, this sister then killed this sister, because I feel we all are brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
We all are a big family. This is my big thing. This is what I try to stress to any and everybody. We might have grew up in a different home, but we still come from the same cloth.
Exactly.
We still are really connected, more ways than we think we're disconnected.
Yes.
So with this black on black crime, I just, it really just touched my heart, this last couple of weeks, this week here. I had a friend that, lost her godson, due to black on black crime. I mean, literally 12 years old,
Come on now.
He just had
baby.
a birthday. His birthday was that night.
What?
That night he was celebrating his birthday. He goes outside. One of his friends come over to celebrate his birthday with him, and they go outside, and next thing you know, they're ambushed. Just by some guys randomly, coming through the hood, just decide to kill some people. This is the sad part. I mean, is this what we're doing, people? Is this what we're doing? Is this where we have came to, that we just slaughter our own people for no apparent reason? I mean, literally, these kids was not gangbanging, literally
Yes.
11, 12, and 13-year-old kids, and what I say is, I mean, we got to do better, I mean, who does that? We acting like savages, like beasts, we was the divine people, but we're acting just like, the colonizers at this point. When is it going to get better? what are we gonna do, you know, about this situation? And like you say, man, looking at the statistics and everything, 90% of the deaths that occur in the black families, in the black neighborhoods, is black on black crime. The other 10 is the police brutality and natural causes. So, I mean, if we can just do better with killing ourselves, we may have a better chance on existing in this population, in this world, you know? So I just want us to take a look at that and just think twice. And if you got people that's, you know, that's out here and, you know, and banging and think that that's something cool to just, you know, hey, just because he's from another street, you want to go and gun down some innocent kids just because they from another hood? I mean, they don't have they don't have any, you know, liability on or responsibility of where they live. You know, it's their parents that chose to live there. But you honestly just went and gunned down these young brothers just because they live in a certain part of the hood. It's just saddening to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It really hurts my heart, man, you know, to see, you know, our people, you know, acting in this manner, you know, because we're not like this. We haven't been like this. So, you know, I just, you know, ended on that note. And
I just got to say this, 2 things. The phone lines are open. Please call if you know anyone personally that happened to a family member or whatever, a loved one of yours. And not to mention you know, I just got to say this much. Remember when we was 12 years old, we didn't have a clue that we could go set out, it's your birthday, 12 years old. I would have never imagined. These kids are gone. I mean, their lifeline ended right there. Do you know what that means? Their lifeline is no more that's it, of him completely. But what gets me, why the media take it? They're always running with a camera, but they're not going to the white population. You really think they're a sweet race of folks? I mean, they're just like us. Everybody to get overpopulated, you know, I mean, in the trailer parks, we're going to keep it down among us, you know. So that's saddening. What you think, Mom? What you think?
Well, for me, and it's funny that you mentioned the cameras going to the white neighborhoods, because if you look at the statistics in which the media always portrays, they have this per capita rate that they look at. And if you look at that, we're killing, there's more black on black crimes per capita than it is in actuality when it, per capita than it is just original numbers. So
really,
let's just say, for instance, there's 47 million black Americans in the United States.
Okay.
So for every 1,000 black Americans, you have 4,000 killings.
That's a lot.
4,000 black on black crimes created, compared to 187 million white people in America, and you have the same amount of crime, white on white crime. So the per capita percentage is higher because we have least.
Yeah, 47 to 100 and something.
Right. But the numbers show that there's 8 million white on white crimes compared to only, I think it was 1.8 million of black on black crimes.
Yes.
And that was from 2017 to 2021.
Wow. Jesus.
And you say King Ralph Talk, there was a rapper. It was a rapper that came out, it was a couple of years ago. They asked him a question about, would you rather get a job or would you rather continue robbing? He said, I make more money robbing than I do at a 9-to-5 working at McDonald's. So that's, when that rapper said that, it sparked a whole nother level of kids thinking that same mindset. But then what happens when you run up on the wrong person?
Yes. Jesus.
So
that's the sickest thing.
But this is what I'm trying to say, guys. You know, I mean, where are we getting these ideals from? You know what I mean? Like, are we really that sick? You know, it's got so many people like just, I mean, And with, you know, it's more stories now than ever I've ever heard that, you know, it's a price on your head. You know, people are putting prices on people's heads, like, you know, and they going out and just gunning folks down just for $1. Like the value of life has just went down, just like our life value has shrunk to little or nothing. Jesus. You know, $500, somebody will really go and take you out for $500, literally. Our lives are not that much to each other, man. This is what we gotta change. You know what I'm saying? Just like the one rapper, what was his name, Fulio, or somebody that they just killed a couple weeks ago. Fulio,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
somebody put 10 stacks on his head.
What?
And the guy actually on social media came out and said, "I'm the one who did it." Had the mask on, and you know he had his face covered up and his hat on and everything. But yeah, literally, he got on social media and said, "I had to go get those 10 bands."
And see, and that's sad because I have a 16-year-old son. I'm scared to let him outside for that fact, because being 16 now is not the same as being 16 when I was 16. Because when I was, 12 years old, living in Atlanta, I was riding MARTA. I was all downtown at the Underground. No problems. Not saying it wasn't anything happening then, but it's not as prevalent as it is now. I mean, they could just get shot just for going to the store, walking to the pool, walking to the mailbox, taking out the trash.
Yeah, this younger generation they just out of control, man. It's out of control. At least we used to fight. Hey, you know, if you lose, you know, hey, man, good fight, man. You got me today, man. You know, hey, I might get a rematch, man. We might rematch tomorrow or whatever if I took an L. But at the same time, these guys don't want to take an L. They can't take an L.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To me, I call them punks, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to pick up a gun, but you don't want to, do it the old school way, to where as though, guess what, you live to talk about it the next day. You just want to take somebody's life just because you can't beat this individual.
That's right.
Or this guy is out hustling you, or this guy is out working you,
disrespect me.
Yeah, or some old, crazy ideal, man, that these kids is going under, man. And
now, I just got to say this. I have a family member. He was posing with hundreds of dollars on his sleeve, and I'm looking at him. What are you doing? What? Hey, come get it.
And they coming to get it. And they coming to get it. Trust me. When them young guys out there, they coming. They are coming because guess what? Like you said, they don't want to work. That $10 an hour don't match up to this 10 bands I'm about to just get just to go knock somebody down. This it's been gotten to a point to where it's just sickening. Our people, we have to wake up, man. When are we gonna wake up? When is we gonna stop this brainwashing? Because that's what I call it. Because they have brainwashed us with this media, with the videos, with these rappers, with these songs, that this is the lifestyle to live, this is, gangster. No, that ain't gangster, man. That's prankster. That ain't gangster, because we had values, we had principles. These guys, these young, cats out here right now, man, they're lawless. They don't have no laws, no rules to the game. At least we had rules to follow. They don't have any of that. They just reckless and abandoned, and they doing what they feel they want to do, man, and they think it's right. And we got to be able to do something to change that mindset, because we just falling into the hands of the people, that didn't created this system, and we got to smarten up, man. When is we going to smarten up and say enough is enough?
Every young, most of the young guys I talk to, I say, hey, what's going on? He said, what's up? I said, well, what you doing? Well, I'm a rapper. I said, all right. I said, well, give me some freestyle. Well, I don't freestyle right. I said, what you got? He pulled out a paper. First thing I hear, B's and A's and killing and niggas. What? That's it? You think they're going to get you to, how many other brothers doing that right now? You see, you remember when we was growing up, we had the rappers that like hip hop. It was funny, it was cool, joking. Then it got serious. Now we slap the bees, and you got daughters. Say, wait a minute, I got daughters, man. You ain't gonna hit my daughter, man. Well, she better listen. Really? And I don't know how many times on the show I say I have 7 granddaughters, 1 great-granddaughter, 6 grandsons. Come on, man. And I'm thinking, you know, you can only protect so much. You say, man, you don't have to pull on my daughter, my grandbaby. You can talk to her. If you can't do that, man, if she don't want to talk, you don't disrespect her. Or what you gonna do?
Literally. I done heard stories of a couple partners of mine. I mean, these are true stories. Right up in the gas station, you know, they're trying to get gas, right? Guy, he's not getting gas. He just kind of, his car is in the way.
Really?
You know, he goes, hey, excuse me, do you mind if you can just pull up a little bit so I can, you know, who you talking to? What's up with you? You want this work?
What?
I mean, literally. Like, you know, he gotta have something on
Yeah,
him to be
that
talking
kind of talk.
crazy coming out his mouth like that. All he asked him, do you mind if you just, you know, scoot up a little bit so I can, and they snapping. You can't even say nothing to these kids without them snapping. Like, what's going on?
You disrespect me. I tell you again.
Yeah, just saying something to them, asking them to, you know, hey, could you just, you know, move up. Couple of my partners this happened to. You know, one guy, you know, he's just flying down the street. But one guy, he almost hit him. So, he throw his hand out the window like, hey man, slow down. He look at him, stop.
Disrespect me.
Start following him. He had to literally, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know, get away from this guy because he literally, you know, on his tail trying to really, you know what I'm saying, pull him over, pull him down.
Sound like I got a death wish.
Man, listen, I mean, it's out of control. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
I think it's a lot of factors in that. So, like, you take the drugs, the mental health, go back to the mental health.
Yep.
I mean, first off, let's look at the drugs. Weed is not weed. You got so many names now, Zaza.
Oh yeah,
Grunda,
that gas.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's too much stuff that's going on with the weed nowadays.
And don't even get into the other things that they doing now, because they doing way more than weed. You know, they got all this new stuff that's out here now that, you know, we came up, we didn't even, you know, like you said, it was weed and alcohol.
Just regular.
Yeah, you know.
Guys, I used to smell it and get a contact. I had to smoke a joint once in my life. It almost killed me. My buddies laughed at me. They said, I'm like, I'm hurting. They pick it up, they start smoking. And to this day, some of them dead, some in prison, and some still doing their thing. But they'll tell me, Ralph, they call you a cop. Man, Ralph, you a cop. Why? Because, man, you ain't did what we did. I didn't go to jail. I went out there drinking the 40s. It wasn't that as that I was a TV buff, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm watching television. I just like entertainment, and it was fake. It was acting, just like we do in the street. Why you gotta get high to talk to a woman? Oh man, I'm messed up. Just say, hey, how you doing? You gotta be messed up. So that don't make you a big man. But I see the changing. But you know what's but it's bad enough we killing our own. But when the cops address us, they even disrespect us like the white. I see a white guy pull a knife out, going at the cop. Hey, put it down, guy, put it down. They will shoot him probably if they can't contain him in a leg and arm. But they got a black guy. The black guy could threaten, make noise. Man, just get out my face. Why you pulling a gun at me? All I said, get out my face. No, you need to shut up. Really? You want like, come on now.
That's a whole nother different issue. You have, like you say, a white person can pull out a knife and
still live,
and they'll still live. You got a black guy with no drawers, no clothes on, walking around naked, and all they doing is just running, but you shoot him
in the back
and kill him. So come on.
Yes, laughing is not funny, but it's sad to say that. It is.
And just like too with the police, you know, when the police kill one of us, guess what? Now we marching, right? Now we want to march tomorrow because the police killed us. But when it's one of us killing us, you know, we're not saying nothing. We saying, oh, that's messed up. yeah, it's kind of, it's a bad, got to cut a bad deal, but we're not speaking out. We're not marching. We're not coming together, trying to, hey, if somebody guns somebody down, man, these innocent kids, man. Come on, man.
And then you
Come on,
wonder,
man.
we sit here and you say, Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
So
Do
do
they
Black
matter?
Lives
I
really
believe
matter?
it matters, but we don't act it. We don't act like it.
Exactly. That's my point. When we gun each other down, you don't see us protesting. We don't see them turning these guys in.
Yes.
They know. They done seen them.
Only thing we doing is making a GoFundMe
GoFundMe and
to help bury him. That's it.
that's it.
A fish chicken dinner.
And then don't even want to donate.
Well, I want to ask you guys a question. This is an important question. What about the churches? You think the church should start speaking up, saying what's going on? They preaching, but they're not talking and taking apart. Listen, we're dying. We're a dying community. We need to go, and we need to walk. We need to knock on doors. Hey, do you know God? Do you need any help? They always collecting money. Y'all need some food or something. What about that? Yeah, we all a little hungry. They got all the kids out of school right now, and believe me, they hungry.
Yeah, and there's some programs that some of these churches are having for the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are some of these programs accessible to everyone?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I mean, when you look at a household that's a single parent home where that parent has to work and can't get their child there, they don't know what their child doing throughout the day. Now, there should be some resources out there for situations like that, but it may be. We just have to find them. They're not. Some of them are not actually put out there in certain areas like that.
I think though, if I would
on.
say something too, because you said about the churches, and with me, growing up in the church, it was a lot of times that the church was supposed to be the
Leader?
the leader of the community. Whatever community that church is in,
That's right.
it's supposed to be a foundation
Yes.
for the people to gather and to talk about the issues that's going on in the community, and the church is supposed to try to help that community fix the issues, right? Well, I ride down the street, there's 5-10 churches on the same street. they didn't gun down 7 to 10 brothers on the street over. Well, you don't see these churches, going out, protesting, trying to figure it out, because their job is just as important as the police.
Yes.
If you really look at it, if you try to be, a man of God, and you see, all of these things that's going on in your community that's not godly,
Yes.
it's on, what I'm saying? It's kind of like, on your back to try to resolve these issues or try to help
Yes.
resolve them. What do you think?
But then
brother?
the church can only do so much.
Well,
They can only do so much.
but they gotta do something.
You take a church that go out to a neighborhood and they go have a summer program for the kids. And then next thing you know, those kids come back and they robbing the church. Because they're able to go ahead and do
Oh,
this.
we have a caller here. Okay, then. All right.
Okay.
Talk show.
Talk Show Kings, who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hello. I just want to chime in on a little, about, just the community. I feel like it's very heartbreaking, and also it's not a coincidence that communities are like this. For example, every community, just like every community have lots of churches, every community have lots of package stores, literally multiple on every street. They keep the neighborhoods like this for a reason. It's a part of the system.
Exactly.
I agree.
And I don't think any of this is a coincidence. Any of it. They know what's going on
Yes.
Yeah.
in these
Yeah.
communities. It's
Yeah.
been going on. It's not just something that just happened yesterday.
That's right.
Right.
You
I
know, so
totally.
my question is, like, what's a resolution that we can have, you know what I mean, as a community to stop all this gun violence and ugliness from happening every day?
You know, I want to say something to you. Have you ever watched that movie, Big George Foreman, True Story?
No.
You should. It's on Netflix. George Foreman, when you see it, it's going to blow you away because I remember someone introduced one of the members, can you teach my son how to box? At that time, he was giving it up. He said, I'm following the Lord. He said, just follow Jesus. And the next week, the kid was gunned down. And what he did, he said God told him, he opened a community center for boxing, all different kind of things they had there. You should really watch that movie. It touched me, it uplifted me. When I watch that movie, I tell you, I feel like the Holy Spirit going to me saying, they got a lot of people in this world, not just the community. They can put money together and build facilities. Hell, I would have been a villain, been do stupid things, and if it wasn't for the YMCA in the neighborhood. Once a month, we used to go there. They had to ride motorbikes, little mini bikes, playing volleyball, sleepovers at night. The girls upstairs, the boys, they had this big video film we used to watch, and that was the highlight, man. The next morning, we had two donuts and a chocolate milk. You know what that did for me? I remember I didn't have $2 one day, and Will would say, okay, you can come. And I was acting up. He said, all right now, you know, I did for you, and I shut up. He was right. It helped me. So how are we going to do? We got to stop talking about it and talk to those celebrities. Can you help our community out? Or hell, help your community out. We need a network. That's what we need to do. It's coming out of our pockets already. So we just sitting there just talking.
Yeah.
But thank you for calling. What's your name?
Thank you, Cece.
I appreciate you calling. Thank you for your concern, but you're all right. Thank you so much. And the phone lines are still open for anyone else.
Thanks, CC, for calling in, and I hope we gave you some type of direction to try to move forward in.
Yeah, and it's getting back to what you said about the community centers and the YMCA. A lot of kids are bored. That's another issue. A lot of kids are just bored. Again, single parents, they're at home, have nothing to do. I need to do something. What they say, idle mind is a devil's workshop. So they don't have anything else to do. They're just bored.
Because when we grew up, it was a lot of summer youth programs.
Yes.
You know, that brought
Swimming,
the kids
all
together,
that.
you know, and did a lot of things. But these kids don't know these kids that's just 4 streets down.
My summer,
If they haven't walked there, you know what I mean? And it's on the communities to start building these programs so that at least these kids will get to know each other and not just be walk by them in the middle of the street, you know, when there's some beef going on.
We're about to go to break right now, but we want you to stay tuned. We're coming back with our second part, and I tell you something, it's crazy. It's about the homeless. Is our problem. We should fix it as a government. We come back in minutes from now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
Hey, we back to our second part of the show. And this is serious, just like the first part. Matter of fact, it's affecting a lot of folks. I had some family members who was once homeless. I never experienced it. It is a sad thing because to be staying in your car and not have the necessary things that you need. But the question is, and because we heard this segment somewhere, is it the government fault for homelessness or is our fault? How should we address it? And then I think we said earlier in our first part, a lot of mental health in a lot of people, because I do know some people who are homeless today, but if you talk to them, it seemed like they said, hey man, I let her live in the woods. I'm like, but why is that? Well, think about it. You got to pay rent, okay? Or you got to pay car insurance, all right? But they say, yeah, but the government don't own me. And I'm trying to figure that out. But I'm looking at that person, their body, they need to be clean. I mean, come on. So all I'm just saying, hey, the phone lines are open, but we're going to go to my brother right now. Hey, King E, what you thinking, man? What you saying?
I'm kind of on the fence about it, honestly.
Whoa.
Because for me, I'm blessed that I've never had to deal with homelessness. But it's a sad situation. And the reason why I say I'm on the fence, because if you take away the mental aspect of it, and you look at some of the reasons of why there is some of the homelessness out here.
First is drugs in my mind.
Drugs.
Okay.
So they chose to take those drugs. If you look at that, they chose to take those drugs, and those drugs probably caused them to lose everything they had because they decided to use drugs. Now, on the flip side of it, what about the ones that you have, those that don't want that, like you said, that don't want no home, they just want to live in the woods, but then you have those that are homeless due to jobs and they just didn't have the resources and they're out here with their kids. And I believe that it's up to us as a society, and the government can step in and help.
Yeah.
Now, I admire the mayor of Atlanta, Andre Dickens. He built those homes for the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's only for a year, but that's still longer than what they had before.
Yes.
So for me, I'm still kind of in the middle, because I feel like some of them can be helped, some of them just don't want to be helped.
Well, I'm going to break down what you're saying, but I want to see what King D is saying now.
Okay. Well, Yeah, Eric, you know, King E, you definitely got a point there. You know, with the people, you saying some of them is just drugs, some of them just fell on hard times, don't have a job, lost their job. You know, some of them just want to be off the grid, right?
Yeah.
But then you have, you know, doing some little research on what's going on now in Atlanta, here in Georgia with the homelessness is a lot of these families can't afford to rent because the rent has skyrocketed out of control.
Big time.
You know, it's no mandate on that, right? You can't tell somebody how much to rent their property for, right? So they just following suit, you know, and everybody is trying to make a buck. So with these rent prices going out the roof, you know, they don't even make that much. What's minimum wage here? What is it?
It's $8 or something like that.
$8,
$8
$7.85
for years, right?
I mean, so if you making $8 an hour and you working a 40-hour week, come on now, and you got a $1,600 a month rent.
I get it.
You know, it just don't add up. So, of course, a lot of people aren't going to be able to afford that, and then you have a lot of the relief funds that they had during the pandemic that they were giving people. A lot of that stuff is falling off now. You know, it's coming to an end. You know, it was, you know, putting people up. People couldn't evict people out of their, you know, apartments and homes because of the pandemic and things of that nature. So now a lot of that stuff is drying up now.
And that's that other side.
That's the other side.
That's the reason why I say that's when the government should step in, because it doesn't make any sense that they're able to, that these companies are able to drive up these rent prices like that. Because my rent, I'm gonna tell you something. My rent went from $875 to $2,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's it's unheard of. It's unheard of. But you can't, because you can't tell someone how much to rent their property for. That's the thing. It's an independent thing. It's not government run. Yes, a lot of these corporations is out here buying up these properties. Yes, absolutely. But it's a lot of us that's, you know, has fell into the trap, because what they're doing is they saying, okay, you got this house, you probably only paid $80,000 for it, $100,000 for it at the most. So now when this company comes in and say, hey, look, we're gonna give you $250,000 for this.
But see,
guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna jump on it. So when they jump on it, guess what now? Their neighbor didn't heard it. Now they trying to jump on it and get the bag. So now guess what? They don't understand that now this whole area is about to be prorated. Now the market value of this area now has went up. So now what's going up after that? Taxes.
That's right.
Now the taxes is gonna go skyrocket. So now the ones that's didn't stayed in their home and not, you know, didn't sell, you know, that bought it for $100 and their taxes was maybe $1,000 a year, $1,500 a year. Well, now since now the property value then went up because these corporations then came in and bought these properties for $200,000, $300,000. You know, now the taxes on their home is going to be $3,500, $4,000 a year. So guess what? 9 times out of 10, a lot of these grandparents, older mom and pops that's on Social Security now, that's living, they're not going to be able to afford the taxes on these homes. So guess who's going to come in and get those? You understand what I'm saying? Because they're going to end up losing them, but because it's about chasing the dollar. You know, we so greedy for this dollar. We trying to get the bag, and we don't care. We ain't thinking about the repercussions. You know, and so that's another problem that's going on with the homelessness. You know, that's going to be folks is going to be getting kicked out because they can't afford their taxes. Folks is going to be getting kicked out because they can't afford the rent. Because, like you said, yours was $800 and it then went to $2,000. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Ain't no way somebody should be able to raise $1,200 in just a year.
But see,
it's crazy.
You said that the government can't tell somebody what to make or what make their prices or whatever. But they can sit here and tell you that you can't have a baby though, right? They can sit here and tell you that you gotta have this baby, you can't get an abortion though, right? But see, they can, because they the one that caused this during the pandemic, because they decided to help, and that's fine, because a lot of people needed that help.
But it's gonna be a lot of red tape behind that.
Look.
To be able to tell somebody what to charge for their property, it's going to be a lot, and they know it, you know. But all they can really do is try to create something to cushion the blow, you know. Like you say, another relief fund. Hey, if your rent was $800, listen, we'll be able to cover the rest if they took it up $1,200. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable.
No, but I see something a little different. Try to I blame both of them.
Bite it in half or something. I mean, that's just unbelievable, man.
No, because the government, I think the government is responsible for homeless, and as we are. I'm going to tell you why. First, the government, they let these people go around and charge all this big money. Then the government will turn around and charge the one that's charging them the money. And the first thing they're going to say, well, the government charged me. See, the government going to get their cut regardless, act like they the good guys. And then us, we don't want everybody in our neighborhood who don't fit the standard. They junky, they trashy. Hey, so we complain to them instead of saying, because a lot in my neighborhood, a lot of people sold their homes, but a lot of people leasing, and they rent is pretty darn high. Just like you said, a lot higher than what you said. But my thing is that we have an HO, and if the renters don't do what they're supposed to do, guess what? They're not tripping, but the one on the home, they're gonna get them, and then eventually they're gonna flip on the people in the house. Say, well, I gotta raise your rent because of this. You see everybody jumping on everybody. Yeah. So who wins? That's why we have this high deficit now. And as you said earlier, King you said they can tell a woman you shouldn't. I watched it today. You should have the baby. You shouldn't have an abortion. But at the same time, like you said, they go around and let those guys do what they're doing. To me, people in politics, I've seen them work, Democrat, Republican. Do you know what they get? They tried to pass a law about 5 years ago. Anybody, if you're a senator, your family members don't have to pay for college. Your family members, and they didn't go through. But a senator, they can fly anywhere around the world, free, and let you know. And they have a line on the market. Like, remember Marsha, what's her name, went to prison? Marsha Stewart. Martha Stewart. Okay. And she had the underhand thing. She went to jail. See, I don't care. Skin ain't got nothing to do with it. You're not a senator. See, everybody got their little games going on.
Oh, yeah, and that's a game. This is all a game. It's
Both
all
sides.
a game. I mean, because you got to understand the powers that be, you know, they feed off of the low vibration. You know, they feed off of poverty, you know, stress. You know, this is what's going on, and we got to understand that we can't allow them to win. We have to be able to do something to fight back, because if not, you're gonna see a lot of other people homeless. It's only gonna spiral. It's only gonna get worse. It's not gonna get any better. And another thing, what you were saying too, with the properties and stuff like that, it's a lot of areas that's zoned, that's not zoned for low income housing.
And look at
you know what I'm saying? So they can't even build in certain areas low income housing, because you know what? They don't want them in their area.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So that's another problem on top of, you know, this pandemic relief running out, on top of the jobs, the minimum wages and matching up to the rent, you know, the rent payment, you know, on top of, you know, Lord behold, you know, you're doing some drugs. You know what I mean? Hey, you got a car note, you got insurance, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, man.
And then we wonder why we have black on black crime.
And then we wonder why we have the black on black crime.
Homelessness since the pandemic has went up 12% since the pandemic. And it's going to continue to rise until, like you said, the taxes are going to go up, because these corporations coming in buying these houses that was originally worth $100,000, but now they worth $300,000, and they're going to come up. People are going to be put out, so that's 12% is going to continue to rise until something is done about it.
That's right.
So it's gentrification, guys. That's what it's called.
No,
and they do it all over.
Every
it's
great
not
tragedy, people make money. Remember 99-cent store? What did they go up to? $1.25.
Yes.
And they still have the 99 cents. I say, hey, when y'all going back, we haven't got the new signs yet. That's been 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Every time it's a crisis, everybody make money on crisis. Remember a spill in the Gulf somewhere? It got nothing to do with us, they raise the gas, everybody gonna feel it.
Hey, but if you look and if you go downtown, those houses that was mostly predominantly black areas, that's in Atlanta, guess who's living in them now?
Oh yeah, I know. It's same thing in Decatur.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Jesus.
It's gentrification.
That's
fellas.
in New Orleans
this
also.
This is what's going on.
Projects
they want to be
going
closer
down.
to downtown now. They wanted to get away. They got away from us before.
Yes.
Now they like, nah, we coming back. We need to get back closer to the hospitals, to the this and to the that's and everything. And we all out here. It's gonna take us 20 minutes to get to the highway, you know. So it's a flip. It's a flip. And listen, we setting up. We set up for it. They set us up for it, and we falling for it.
But this not the topic. This not a topic. What I'm saying. But I was watching. Like I say, Republican, Democrats, they basically the same. The Republicans say we don't believe in abortion. A child have a right to live. But we see the people going into school killing the kids, and then our condolences go out. Little grade, come on, that make any sense? All they're saying is that can we just give a 30-day mark? That's against my rights, my Fourth Amendment or Second Amendment. Really? Come on, who playing who? And look, everybody is in their own section. Everybody knows what's going on. Hell, you got the Supreme Court now. They taking underhand payments they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
But they going to bust you and I because we done sold somebody a cigarette. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got a license to get
Tax
choked to death.
evasion.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So who playing who? We're going to keep on talking about this, and we want people to call in right now. And you know what's going on, but nobody don't talk about it. And not just talking. Before I get off this subject, I want to say this because I want to say the last subject. This go out to all the entertainers, as well as black, white, any nationality. We can help America. Let's all put in and build up. And not stop tearing down talking about as long as I got mine. You think you're leaving it for your kids, but believe me, your kids going to fall destruction. They ain't going to have it long neither. So I'm telling you, when we start giving, you can't take the money with you. So come on. And you shout out to the mayor. I love what you said, that building those homes that year, that was deep.
Yeah,
Just
and they
to do
did try
that.
to pass a law too here that whereas though, you know, because they wanted to try to start locking, you know, homeless people up for sleeping on the streets. And he was like, you know, homelessness is not a crime. Come on now.
That sounded like a slave thing back they did when
they
they
literally
had no
trying
job.
to lock people up.
Yeah, I saw that.
For sleeping outside.
Where you going to stay?
Exactly. So, you know, he did, I think, you know, stop that law from being passed, you know, that they can't just, you know, start picking people up, throwing them in jail, you know, making more money off of them, because that's all they're going to do if they throwing them in the county is make money off the homeless.
No, they on Fairburn Road, they got, I used to live there. I lived in an apartment. They have some woods over there next to Kroger's. Do you know people have been living over there over 20 years homeless? I didn't even know that. Kids go to school coming out of there. If you walk back there, they got tents like a whole village. 'Cause when I was living in Sacramento, I found a spot. You thought it was a whole nother city, but they don't want you to report on it because they want it to be hush hush. The New Orleans have a Superdome coming. We got a Super Bowl coming in New Orleans next year. What are they doing? They're pushing people out. The crime, they say we're not going to have no Super Bowl if those people keep attacking people, especially tourists. Come on. They're going to put a lock on them.
The same thing they did when they had the Super Bowl here. I was working at the airport then. So I saw it. The homeless, they had to go. They pushed them out.
Yeah, they kicking them out the airport now.
Now they have a thing now where the homeless used to sleep in the airport at night. Now, if you don't have your airport badge or you don't have a ticket, you're not getting in.
Gee.
Yeah, they started kicking them out. I think it started just last month or something like that.
Oh no, that been in place
months
since
ago.
That been in place since the new year.
Really? Okay,
Yes,
since the new year.
new
Okay,
year.
I knew it just had kicked in though.
My
That they
gosh.
starting to kick people out the airports now, the homeless, because they was
and
disturbing, you know, travelers though. You know, they made it kind of bad for themselves too. You know, disturbing travelers and stuff like that. But
And
if
they
they
keep talking about
trying to
America.
live though, what you gonna do? You know,
And they say we the richest country in the world. Where at? Canada, they don't even have. They have one thing. They have medical. They have something that they pay their medical. Everybody's covered.
Yeah, they have what's called medical coverage for everybody. Free
Yes.
medical coverage for everybody. That's just like over in England. They have the same thing. But
and why we don't have it?
they were trying to
Because they
get
don't
that,
care nothing
but
about us.
If they gave everybody that, who loses the money?
Oh, that's right. The greed.
But Biden
Okay.
just signed that $1 trillion he sent over to Ukraine. What is that? That $1 trillion something
Oh,
dollars?
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
he gave that to us. Homelessness would be over.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
I totally agree.
You just sending trillions and trillions of dollars over here to these other countries when you got homeless people here that need that help. And if he just delegate that money here, guess what? You know, problem solved, right?
Just like in
This
that.
is an old conversation. The 40 acres and a mule. And jokingly, I always say, all they gave us a Cadillac and the projects, and now the Cadillac don't run and the projects torn down. So what we got now? What we have now? We'll just say get a job. How can you get a job and you treat me like crap on the job? When my time for promotion, you give it, the guy don't even come to work. You know, I mean, hey, fairness. I mean, we had a guest here one day, and he was talking about this guy and I do the same thing. I asked for a raise. And they said, well, he didn't qualify. What was the story that guy told you?
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't. They told me that was me.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah,
Oh.
that
Come
was.
on, tell us
me.
that story.
No, a guy who I used to work with. He was, even though he was there longer than me, we did the same job. He got paid more than me, so I started getting my different credentials and everything, stuff that this guy didn't have, and that's fine. Some people don't have the desire to go get those credentials. But when I came to them and I asked them, okay, can I have a raise or whatever? No, you haven't been here long enough.
How long you have to be there?
I never asked. I said, okay, that's fine, and kept it moving.
Like that.
So that's.
But this, and what they used to tell black people, pull yourself up out of what?
Bootstraps.
But we don't even have straps. So what is it? You know, I'm so tired of y'all keep saying this is America. We all come together as one. If you want to stop talking about it, show it. But this go out especially for black entertainers and now athletes. Can you get together and talk about building communities around here? Why you don't do that? I know, I'm not saying everybody, because I know a lot of athletes and entertainers do the secret thing. They're doing something because, you know, if they do that, everybody going to start going at them. So can we come together? That's why I said earlier in the show, I listened to James Brown, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I want to help. Because remember, if you don't help, we're losing our kids. Slowly by surely. Killing themselves, or they killing each other. So, hey, I don't know. But all I know right now, the phone lines are going right now. If anybody want to add to this topic, please call in right now, because this is a serious topic. We can't just be quiet. You looking at us. And please hit that thumbs up button that you interested in our show, the Talk Show Kings, or you saying something that we like. So, fellas, I'm going to tell you something right now. Sitting on this thing, you think we should reach out? Sound like a train is coming. That's what we need to be, on the midnight train to Georgia. We need to be here. My thing is that you think we should reach out to churches and start asking them, can they get something for the community? But you know, you said something earlier that touched me. You said the gym, the YMCA kids are bored. So why they are bored? I don't understand.
No, it's not the YMCA kids. It's the kids some of the kids that's staying at home who had the single parents that can't do anything, that's not able to afford for them to go to different places. They're bored. So that's what drives them to do things that they
shouldn't be doing. Okay. So we should be reaching out to the churches. If anybody see this number, please call the station, leave your numbers, a community that they want to help, and we can let it know, get it out, issue it out to our own thing, and stop waiting for the summertime for a community, for kids to do something. That's just like a holiday, Thanksgiving, which I don't believe in none of that. Once a year, we feed the hungry, and we feel good about ourselves. You know, Christmas, all that. I don't believe in none of that stuff. All these different titles. If you say you're a man of God, don't tell me what you are. Just walk like you when I see you walk. So I'm reaching out to anybody. And like I said, we even are producing this show right here. Mr. Felix Washington. He does a lot of underhand helping people out, helping this person out. Call into the show that you want to donate, that we can help some kids in this community, show them how to work in front of the camera and it's behind the camera. You got the number on the screen if you want to help. A silent mind, hey, a solid mouth, you know better than somebody saying I ain't doing anything. So you got the number on the screen right now. Please call in. So fellas, before, because I know the show going to be ending soon, is there anything else you guys got to say?
No, that was, I think I touched on everything that I needed to talk about. How about you?
I would just like to say, going back to the black on black crime, I mean, come on guys, come on parents. I mean, you know your son, you know what they doing out here. You know, we got to talk to our kids. We got to talk to the youth, man. We got to, you know, because it starts with us. You know, we the adults in this situation. So we really got to, you know, we got to put in some work, man. We got to put in some footwork, man, with our youth and our kids and let them know that, you know, it's senseless. You know, we annihilating our own people off this face of the earth, you know, with this foolishness, you know, not understanding that, you know, we are all one. So, you know, I would just like to say that to anybody that's listening and paying attention to the show, you know, hey, it starts at home.
You know, that's a lot said. And once again, I'm asking if anybody want to put out, if you see a need in the community right now, we want to lead. Heck, we'll take the helm. We'll lead the fight. Because we're not just talking about it. You want to say something?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And if anybody got anything going on, organizations, send the information to the show, and we'll show up. You know,
that's right.
Because we trying to make a change. You know, so if anybody trying to do something powerful and strong, trying to come together and bring something, bring some resolve to this foolishness, send the information to the show. The producer will get it. We'll get it, and you know, I'll show up. So
same here. I'll show up.
I'll show up.
Absolutely. So, you know, and that's what we're here to do. So,
and Felix Washington, he's a producer of the show, but at the same time, I'm telling you, this man does a lot. And if you want to see something happen in this community, this is our community. We got to stop talking about it. And I'm getting tired of seeing people run for office every 3 years. I don't see him until it's time to vote again. Don't tell me what you can do for the family or what you're going to do. Speak up right now. Some of y'all done won y'all elections. Y'all cuddled up right now. I'm good. I'm official now. But what does that mean? What does that say for the people? We're not asking you to give your life, turn your bank account. Well, just come up and speak. People need to come and check this wonderful studio out here. It's great here. And we know you have kids at home. Somebody want to get in there and want to see how this thing is ran. I mean, we have a young man in the studio today. I asked him some questions. And do you sing? And he told me, nope. But I like the idea that he was straightforward. But he don't even realize. I said, you ever done any acting? He said, nope. And I was asking him, how you know you're not an actor? He says, don't feel like it. But actually, I've seen his personality. He have something to say. And he's young right now. And the only way we're going to narrow his mind to go the right way, we have to talk to him. Let him know you could do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So we're nearing our show right now. And I just got to say this right now. Please leave your information. And a producer's telling me, get off. But I want to say right now, please send into this show if you're serious about wanting to help your community. Talk Show Kings, we're out. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Tune in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.